All right, boys, happy Monday to you here. Just want to throw a quick video together because you're at home for 3 days, kind of a lot going on. There's a few things we're going to do differently. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page and all know what's going on for this week, for your days out of class especially. Okay, so calendar-wise, like we said, goal is for you to get a good start on lesson 3-1. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing these 3 days. Okay, we're going to get into the lab part of it Thursday, Friday. Okay, so ideally in these 3 days, you're going to watch the lesson video, do the homework, okay, get through the code board exercises, your coding exercises here. And they don't need to be completely 100% done by the time you get here Thursday, but hopefully you've at least looked at everything. You show up to class with questions, with the help you need, but you want to have a pretty good idea what's going on with 3-1 by the time you get here. Okay, so with that, usual deal, watch the lesson. Now this one is longer just because I have a coding demonstration along with it. So I'll be going through some slides and then actually having you type in some code as we do that as well, just because it's hard to talk about this stuff without having examples to create. Okay, so follow along with that. And then usual deal, once you're done with that, do the homework. Okay, do those short little multiple choice, short answer questions, kind of, test your skills at the lowest level. And then finally, do the coding exercises. And we're going to be doing those on CodeBoard now. Okay, remember, like we said, Rappel Classroom is going away. It's going to be gone. They're not maintaining it anymore. So we're going to switch back to CodeBoard, that thing we tried to use the first day of school, but the site crashed. It's been running okay ever since, so we're going to give that another shot. Okay, and just on a different note, if I ever just disappear and quit showing up, it's not your fault. I just lost my mind. But anyways, it'll be okay. Okay, so let's talk code board here quick. I've got a link to the site to sign up. I think we got you all signed up first day of school, but if not, see if Google remembers your account with your school email address. If not, just click here to sign up, and you can sign in. Now the goal is to not actually make you go into the CodeBoard site and interact it through it that way. Ideally, you're going to do all your clicking through Moodle, which will take you directly to assignments. So what I put together also here is a CodeBoard example. So I'll click that, CodeBoard will come up. Now, the big thing to check for here is make sure you are signed in right off the bat. So notice it says your anonymous sign in. I'm going to click on sign in here. And hopefully Google just remembers you and you're automatically signed in from here on out. And that's the way it should work. But the reason you want to make sure you sign in is so that when you do submit stuff to me, I can actually tell who it is based on your email, based on your account. Okay, so I've got just a quick little exercise to show you how the CodeBoard site works. We've got our files right here, and this should be hidden. You won't be able to see that when you open this up. I've got my coding area. Right now my README text is displayed. And then here's my terminal with a spot for some input. Okay, so same kind of thing we're dealing with Rappel Classroom, just a little bit different look, a little bit different order to things. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's go through the README. The point class is used to store the x and y coordinates of a point. Okay, write the get x and get y methods, which return the values of the instance variable x coordinate and y coordinate. And I've got two files for you, the point class and the point runner. Okay, my point class is pretty straightforward. I've got two variables, the x coordinate and y coordinate of a point. We've got a constructor, and you just want to create some getter methods. And I'm just going to rip through these quick. And I'm going to cheat. And it's not important if I'm just cranking these out quickly and you're not following along. I just want to show you how CodeBoard works again here quick. Okay, so I just did what the README was telling me to do. Okay, so I'm done with my exercise. A couple ways I can check my work. I'll have a runner for you with some code. It says uncomment the code below to test the class. Okay, so I suppose I didn't need that to be commented, but we can make a new point with the constructor, and then we can print out the values of point1.getX and point1.getY. We'll compile and run. Okay, and I get the X and Y coordinates 1 and 2. Okay, so we have here with the runner class is kind of a free-form way for you to test different parts of your code and run different parts of your code. Okay, once you get things working for the most part, you can click the test button here. And what that's going to do is run some auto-generated tests, just like we had with Repel that I wrote for you. And there's going to be some Java jargon gobbledygook here. But basically, if I scroll to the top of my console, it's going to tell me how many tests I passed, all 3, because I got things right, how many I failed, and then it'll give me some specific feedback on those tests. So I passed get X number 1, get X number 2, get Y. Okay, so now I'm good here. Okay, now why do I have multiple tests? And let's kind of show you what happens when we do things incorrectly. If I go back to my point, and let's say I'm going to cheat and try to hard code here. I saw that my example had the point 1, 2 in the runner. So let's say I just go to return 1 here. Let's compile that. And let's test it again. Now it's telling me that I passed 2 tests. I failed 1 test. I passed the getX1. But notice I had a second getX just so you couldn't hard code that 1, 2, my example in there. Okay, for point 1 equals new point at 3, 4, and when I do the getX, I expected the 3, I got the 1. Okay, so this is going to give you some feedback about what your code's doing wrong, what it expected to get, and what it's returning incorrectly. Okay, and then I have the pass here. Now, as I scroll down, if I fail a test with the JUnit testing I'm doing, there's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't really mean anything. Well, it means something. I don't know what it is, though. Ignore that. Scroll to the top, see how many you passed and failed, and there'll be some specific feedback on each of those tests here. Okay, now once you're done with that, when you hit the test button, I don't actually see the results. That's just for you to play around with and kind of get some feedback. Once I'm done, what I'll do is I'll hit submit. This will be what actually goes to me and what I see and what I put in the grade book, and it should have the same passing test as you had for the actual test. Okay, you passed 67% of your tests. In other words, I passed 2 out of 3. Okay, so if you can pass all the tests with the test part, submitting will give you the same score basically that you got here. Okay, so that's how CodeBoard works. Pretty similar to the Repel Classroom, but little different setup, little different structure. So I wanted to show you that happening there. Okay, so back to Moodle. Again, get through 1.3 for Thursday here. Get as close as you can through it. As I scroll down to 1.3, I've got the lesson video right here. Again, this one is longer. Coding demonstration on CodeBoard. When you click this, a CodeBoard project will open up for you. Now, there'll be nothing to submit there, but you can just code along with me. And then the homework, and then the coding exercises. I've got 5 of them. These aren't all quite live yet, but by the time you get to them tomorrow, they will be. Okay, so 5 kind of shorter writing class exercises for you to go through. All right, that's what's going on this week. Let us know if you have questions. Sending me an email if you're stuck with something, or office hours every day, 6th period. That I don't see you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so that's the great part to jump in and ask questions as well. See you guys later.